What's up, guys? Welcome to this week's episode of HomeCraft cocktails you can make for the comfort of your home. My name is Briss, and today we'll be going over the Mint Julep. The Mint Julep started off as a medicinal concoction used to settle the stomach, dating as far back as the early 1700s, or even potentially earlier. However, in terms of an actual cocktail, that did not come about until the late 1700s in the American South, which actually makes it one of the oldest cocktails in existence. The Mint Julep was originally designed to be consumed by wealthier elite individuals because not everyone had access to ice nor the silver or pewter cup that the drink is traditionally served in. The first written reference of the cocktail goes back to 1803 in the book Travels of 4 Years and a Half in the United States by John Davis. And yes, that long ass title is the actual whole name of the book. You don't know how many times I just tried to say that. Although it is the unofficial drink of the South, the Mint Julep actually became the official drink of the Kentucky Derby back in 1938, where it now sells nearly 120,000 cocktails every year ever since. And now that brief history lesson out of the way, let's get down to actually making the drink. So first you want to start out by placing 8 mint leaves in a julep cup. I do not own a julep cup yet, so for now I'll just be using a rocks glass. You can also use a highball glass as a substitute as well. Once you have your mint leaves in your glass, then you'll want to add 1/4 ounce of simple syrup, After the simple syrup, you'll then want to muddle that for about 15 to 20 seconds. And you don't want to muddle it too hard. You don't want to serrate or tear up the mint leaves, as that'll make it more bitter. You kind of just want to press it in to express the oils, which gives that nice minty flavor and aroma. After muddling, then you'll want to add 2 ounces of bourbon, and usually in cocktails you don't want to use your nicer materials just because the finer notes get lost in the drink anyway. However, the Mint Julep is one of those rare exceptions where you do want to use a finer spirit. For today I'm using 4 Roses small batch. You can get this for about $33 at your local liquor store, and I think I barely just have enough for 2 ounces. Yep. And I'll actually go ahead and add that for good measure, because why not? After pouring your bourbon, then you'll want to pack the glass with crushed ice. So I have my Lewis bag here, and I'll fill this with ice. You just want to crush that up with your wooden mallet.
Now back to that one. Shaking the table.
And once you have your crushed ice in your glass, you'll want to then stir for about 15 to 20 seconds. And then after stirring, you then want to pack more ice on top to create a nice, almost dome-like top of your cocktail. After packing the top, then the last thing you'll want to do is just grab a sprig of mint leaves with not too long of a stem, and you want to give it a nice clap like that just to express the oils, make a nice aroma for when you actually drink the drink. And there we have a Mint Julep. And now that we have our drink, let's give it a taste. Okay, so the mint julep definitely, it gives me old-fashioned vibes, and for good reason. Like, they do share some of your similar ingredients such as your bourbon and simple syrup, but the mint julep does not have the, the orange peel as well as the Angostura bitters that an old-fashioned has. So instead it replaces that effect with the mintiness from the mint leaves. So while they are similar, they do have their differences. Also, the packed ice of the mint julep makes it a very, very, ice cold beverage, for lack of a better term. Whereas the old fashioned is more, it's absolutely cool due to the, stirring of the ice. This just is like, it just feels colder. I mean, even holding this in my hand right now, it's colder than what it would be if it just had a giant block of ice sitting in it. So that also makes it have a different taste profile. And it actually melts slower than a giant ice cube due to the packed nature of the crushed ice. So you can sip on a mint julep for quite a while without the ice melting. And that's probably is a good reason for why it is the official drink of the Kentucky Derby, which is usually, 70, 80, maybe 90 degrees when people are drinking them. So no, it's definitely a drink that has stood the test of time, and for good reason. I mean, it tastes good, it looks good. It's not the easiest drink to make. I mean, if you order this at a bar or a restaurant, I would definitely make sure you tip your servers and or your bartenders. I mean, you do want to tip them anyway, but definitely, give them that extra couple dollars or so, because this is not a easy drink to make, especially in large quantities or volume. With me just being at home, it's not a big deal, but when you have to serve like 50, 100, 150 of these in a night or whatever, it can be pretty taxing. So the mint julep, also, I will say, it might not be the most beginner friendly. It's a very spirit forward drink. It's not like, sweet or, very approachable if you're not used to drinking bourbon, especially neat, or just on the rocks. This is definitely a drink such as an old-fashioned or a Manhattan, where if you are a person that likes heavier, hard-hitting drinks, so this is definitely a drink for you, and one of my favorites for sure. But if you're someone that's newer, you might not want to delve into mint juleps yet, or if you do, you probably want to add a little more simple syrup and maybe peel back the bourbon some. But that's just my recommendation. Drink how you like. With that being said, guys, thank you for watching this week's video, and I'll catch you next week for the next round. Peace.